And if you saw the stadiums there and how full it was on the streets and everyone was in Indonesia kids, I think that's something that you want like every time. And the only thing what in my mind was, what if we can bring a World Cup, for example.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Selamat kembali lagi ke channel Shahrizan. Terima kasih kepada teman-teman yang telah subscribe kepada channel ini. Kepada teman-teman yang baru jumpa channel ini, mohon untuk tekan butang subscribe dan juga butang loceng. Alright guys, hari ini kita nak buat reaksi kepada satu video dari channel Maarten Paes guys. Aku tak pasti adakah ini adalah channel rasminya. Video dia bertajuk Why I Decided to Play for Indonesia. Okey, Maarten Paes telah menjadi WNI dan beliau menyatakan kenapa beliau membuat keputusan untuk bermain untuk timnas Indonesia guys. Tanpa kita buang masa, mari kita react kepada videonya guys. Let's go. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Yeah, so the big reason was to get approved to play as soon as possible for the national team. I had to pick up the passport yeah, basically that was it. It was a very quick trip. I was longer in the plane than in Jakarta, but yeah, it was a very successful trip, and yeah, had some good conversations there, and a lot of fans wanted a lot of pictures. So yeah, it was also a bit overwhelming, but it's good in a way, and yeah, it was beautiful to see. Yeah, I want to play for Indonesia because first of all it's a tribute to my grandmother. She passed away I think a month ago, and I was very close with her. She cooked me. She learned me how to cook, and yeah, our last conversations before she passed away were about this, and yeah, I saw in the smile in her eyes that it meant a lot to her. So when I was there yesterday, yeah, it was a very special feeling. And then, so that's a little bit the personal side. And then if you look to the soccer side, it's, yeah, there's endless opportunities there. We're on the verge of qualifying for the Olympics in August. We're very close to qualifying for the World Cup in 2026 in America, which will be a full circle moment. And then, yeah, I think stuff like that adds up, you know, and yeah, and it's just I'm very grateful and blessed to have that opportunity, and also yeah, the people there are so friendly, and yeah, it feels like home if you're there. So yeah, she lived there I think for 5-6 years, and then born there, lived there for 5-6 years, and then the Second World War came out, and then she was for a couple of years in the Japanese punish camps. And then after that, after some years, she went back to Holland with a boat, and then she came back for a couple years, and then she went back to Holland. So so yeah, she yeah, it's just it's part of history. But yeah, she always talked with yeah, a lot of gratefulness about that time there, especially the time before the war. In the war, she lost her mother, for example, in the punishment camps, but yeah, she always talked with such high respect of the nation and the country, and yeah, she was a huge influence in my life. So yeah, that's why it's like a tribute to her. Yeah, what I want to achieve is putting Indonesia on the soccer map. I think yeah, it's a huge country, 300 million people, and their number one sport, what they love is football or soccer, and yeah, I think if you see the amount of support that they get, if you see the amount of potential that is there, I think yeah, it's just to fulfill that potential, and yeah, bring big tournaments to that country. And if you saw now, they played Asia Cup under-23. They knocked out Korea in the past rounds. And if you saw the stadiums there and how full it was on the streets and everyone was in Indonesia kids, I think that's something that you want like every time. And the only thing what in my mind was, what if we can bring a World Cup, for example, to this country? And yeah, it will be amazing. And off the field, I also want to be leading by example and have a huge impact there. And I still have to see in what kind of way we can do that. But yeah, definitely yeah, some huge plans there. Yeah, feels very cool, of course, to have that amount of support I try to not to be carried away with it. I just love that they give me the love since already 3 years where they are asking me to play for the national team, and I think now was the right timing, and just want to give back what they all gave me. So on the pitch.
Alright guys, itu dia kenapa Maarten Paes ingin bergabung dengan timnas Indonesia. Pertama sekali ia adalah kerana tribute kepada neneknya guys yang telah pun meninggal dunia, kerana neneknya berasal daripada Indonesia guys. Dan yang kedua, kalau kita lihat dia kata kerana sepak bola ni adalah sukan nombor 1 di Indonesia, dan beliau sendiri berkata bahawa ingin membawa Piala Dunia ke Indonesia. Dan satu lagi, beliau mengatakan bahawa suasana di Indonesia ni memang seperti di negaranya sendiri, kerana masyarakatnya, makanannya guys. Dan kalau kita lihat tadi, apa yang bagus berkenaan dengan Maarten Paes ni, beliau ingin menjadi contoh kepada masyarakat Indonesia guys. Okay guys, apa pendapat teman-teman berkenaan dengan pengakuan yang dibuat oleh Maarten Paes? Jangan lupa untuk tinggalkan komennya. Jangan lupa untuk subscribe kepada channel Maarten Paes. Aku tak pasti ini adalah channel original ke ataupun mungkin daripada fans, tak kisahlah guys. Okay guys, apa pendapat teman-teman? Jangan lupa untuk tinggalkan komen. Terima kasih kepada teman-teman yang telah subscribe. Yang belum subscribe, mohon untuk tekan butang subscribe dan juga butang loceng. Kita jumpa dalam video akan datang. Assalamualaikum.